You ever had one of those moments where you leave someone's house feeling way more drained than when you walked in? Not just tired, but mentally worn out, kinda irritated and low-key, your peace just got hijacked? As we get older, it's not just how we spend our time that matters, it's who we spend it with. Because let's be real, with every year that passes, our energy and patience become a whole lot more valuable. Here's the truth. Some visits aren't just a waste of time. They drag you down, physically, emotionally, spiritually. They mess with your peace, cloud your thoughts, and leave you carrying this weird heaviness in your chest. And the messed up part? Most of the time, we don't even realize it until we're already running on empty. In this video, we're breaking down 4 types of people you should seriously keep your distance from after 65. Even if you've got tons of free time spending, it, with the wrong folks, can do more harm than good. Maybe it's out of habit. Maybe you don't want to seem rude, or maybe deep down, you feel like it's your duty to show up. But the reality is, most of us never stop to think about the cost of these visits. Well, today that changes. We're laying it all out. Real talk. No filters. Because choosing who gets your time is one of the most powerful moves you can make for a peaceful, healthy, later life. Stick with us till the end. Because these 4 types of people might not look dangerous at first. They might even come off as sweet or harmless. But over time, the energy drain becomes real. And so does the hit on your happiness. The moment you start recognizing these patterns, you take back your power. You start protecting your peace, setting boundaries, and spending your golden years with people who actually lift you up, not pull you down. So let's get into it. Because real change starts with awareness. The never-ending complainers. Some people, man, a good day just doesn't exist in their world. Everything could be perfectly fine, but they'll still dig up something to whine about. The type, soon as you step through their door, you're hit with a big sigh. Next thing you know, they're complaining about their health, the economy, or how nobody cares about them. It could be sunny outside, or maybe they just got some good news. Doesn't matter. To them, the world is always upside down, and the longer you sit there, the more their vibe starts to rub off on you. See, negativity's sneaky like that. It spreads without making a sound. Hang around someone who's always down in the dumps, and before you know it, their storm clouds start hanging over your head too. You may have just come over for a simple cup of tea, but you walk out feeling like you picked up a whole bag of emotional junk that doesn't even belong to you. Your head's heavy, your chest tight, and for what? Now don't get it twisted. This doesn't mean cutting off friends or family who are going through real stuff. Life hits everyone hard sometimes, and being there matters. But there's a big difference between someone having a rough patch and someone who's turned misery into a lifestyle. Chronic complainers don't want solutions. They don't want advice. What they really want is attention, validation, and someone to feel sorry for them. That's how they operate. They feed off sympathy. And they'll slowly, quietly, pull you into their gloom every time. One day you'll look up and realize you're carrying their same old baggage on your back. And the wild part? These people don't even seem toxic at first. It usually starts small. Didn't sleep last night, or the neighbor's dog won't shut up. But over time, those little complaints snowball into a constant message. Life is unfair, people suck, and nothing good ever lasts. You can give them all the advice in the world. It won't matter, because they don't want change. They want an audience. Want to test it? Try shifting the conversation to something positive. They'll shoot it down. Real quick, your optimism? They'll brush it off. Or worse, use it as fuel for a brand new complaint. Say something good happened to you, and they'll either downplay it or twist it into another reminder of how bad things are for them. Eventually, it clicks. These people don't refill your tank, they drain it dry. If you walk into someone's place feeling light and leave feeling irritated, drained, or even hopeless, that's a red flag, my friend. It's time to rethink how often you walk through that door. Because after 65, your time's too damn valuable to spend sinking into someone else's emotional quicksand. Being kind doesn't mean sacrificing your peace, your energy, your sanity, your well-being. Those matter just as much as anyone else's. And one last thing, you're not responsible for someone else's choice to stay miserable. Their weight, that ain't yours to carry. The manipulators who just use you. Not everyone opens their door because they're happy to see you. Some folks only hit you up when they need something, and you can feel it the second you step in. That vibe, that weird pressure in the air, it's there. At first, it seems harmless. A little favor, something real quick, no big deal. But over time, a pattern starts to show. They never check in just to ask how you're doing. They never call just to talk or hang out. Every visit's got a hidden agenda, something they want you to do, fix, carry, or take off their plate. See, manipulators are slick. They rarely ask for what they want directly. Instead, they wrap it up in guilt, flattery, or fake gratitude. Lines like, "I honestly don't know what I'd do without you. You're the only one who really gets me. No one else does it like you." Next thing, you feel bad for them. You feel responsible for their happiness. And just like that, you're fixing their leaky faucet, running their errands, or giving up your afternoon for something you didn't even sign up for. But let's be real. This isn't friendship. There's no balance, no respect. In a real relationship, support goes both ways. When one falls, the other's there to catch him. But with a manipulator, it's all take, no give. You show up for them. They expect more. You give an inch. They want the whole mile. And then one day you walk out of their house and think to yourself, "Damn, I don't feel appreciated here. I feel obligated." That, right there, big red flag. Some folks will try to make excuses for them, but they don't have anyone else. Maybe that's true. But ask yourself this. If the roles were reversed, would they do for you what you've done for them? Would they drop everything and show up if you really needed them? If the honest answer is no, then you gotta face it. This ain't a friend. It's someone who's using you, straight up. One of the clearest signs of a manipulator? Watch what happens when you say no. If they guilt trip you, act disappointed, or get mad. That's not friendship. That's control. And listen, after 65, you don't owe anyone that kind of emotional tax. You don't need people who see your kindness as an open wallet, a free ride, or a to-do list. Your time is limited. Your energy, precious. Spend it on people who light you up, not the ones who drain you dry. Because here's the thing. If someone only calls you when they need something, but never checks in just to see how you're doing, that's not a connection. That's an obligation. And you, my friend, deserve way more than that. You're not someone's backup plan. You're not just useful. You're valuable. If you've made it this far and something here hits home, drop a 2 in the comments and let us know you're still with us. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We're just getting started, and we're building this space for you. Your support helps us keep the content flowing and the inspiration coming. Let's keep it moving.
3. The drama-fueled chaos creators. Some people don't just experience drama, they live for it. They're not the victims of chaos. They're the stars of their own never-ending soap opera. No matter what's going on in their life, there's always some beef, some conflict, some emotional explosion waiting to happen. And if you hang around long enough, trust me, you'll get pulled right into the middle of it. You might have just shown up for a chill coffee and a quick catch-up, but nah. You're barely in the door before they're diving into some long, tangled story about who stabbed them in the back, who disrespected them, or who's been spreading rumors. You've probably heard these stories before, again and again and again. But for them, repeating the drama is half the fun, because for people like this, drama is fuel. That's what keeps them going. Here's the thing about these types. Calm makes them uneasy. When life gets peaceful, they get restless. So what do? They stir the pot, gossip, blow tiny issues out of proportion, twist facts just enough to stay the victim in every story. And get this, they don't just want you to listen. They want you on their side. They'll vent about a neighbor, a cousin, whoever, and expect you to back them up, take their side, maybe even ghost the other person just to prove your loyalty. The problem is, it never ends. Try to stay neutral, they'll keep pushing. They'll wait for you to pick a side, and if you do, boom, more drama, more juicy, just between us details. But if you don't play along, if you try to change the subject or don't react how they want, suddenly they're cold, distant, passive-aggressive, and before you know it, you're the new villain in their story. That's the real danger with drama magnets. Eventually, everyone in their orbit gets sucked into the chaos. Nobody's safe, because they don't just mess up their own lives, they stir up yours too. Spending time in their space is exhausting. You don't leave inspired, you leave drained. The convo never lifts you up. The vibe never feels good. Even when they're smiling, there's tension underneath, a tight, uncomfortable energy that never really goes away. And if you're not careful, that energy starts messing with your own. Suddenly your mood's off. Your head's cloudy. You're taking that stress into your other relationships and you don't even realize it. Some people confuse this with passion. Oh, they just live big emotional lives. Nah, this isn't about passion. This is chaos addiction dressed up as personality. Here's the truth. Real friends don't keep you walking on eggshells. Real friends don't make you censor yourself just to avoid setting them off. So if someone's home feels more like a war zone than a place of peace, ask yourself, why am I still going there? The older you get, the more you realize peace is priceless. And if someone thrives on chaos that costs you your calm, it's not mean to pull away. It's self-respect. You're not a therapist, you're not a referee, and you're definitely not a 24/7 complaint hotline. Especially after 65, your time should go to people who bring you joy, not the ones who refuse to grow, but never stop dumping their problems on you. The negative nostalgics who can't let go, some folks don't. Just remember the past, they live in it, and not the sweet, golden memories kind. Nah, I'm talking about people who are stuck in a loop of old pain, regret, and years of bottled-up bitterness. They don't talk about the past like a story. They relive it over and over. Every visit with them turns into the same routine, how life did them dirty, who betrayed them, what opportunities slipped through their fingers. It doesn't matter how many years have gone by or how many good things they've got now. They're not interested in what they have. Their focus stays locked on what they lost. At first, it might sound harmless. We all reminisce now and then, right? A childhood memory, an old friend, something that makes us smile. But with these folks, it's not about remembering. It's about reopening wounds. They keep digging into the same old heartbreaks like they happened yesterday. It's always the same. That one family argument, that one betrayal, that one job they almost had, and every time they tell it, they get pulled deeper. More anger, more bitterness, more weight. And here's the thing. Eventually, it starts to pull you in too. No matter how positive you try to stay, their darkness starts rubbing off on you. Suddenly, you're thinking about your old regrets. Stuff you thought you were over comes crawling back. You feel heavier, more tired, less hopeful. Little by little, without even realizing it, you start seeing the world like they do. Not as what's still possible, but what'll never be. And it doesn't stop there. They'll chip away at your outlook too. They hit you with stuff like, nothing's like it used to be. The world's just not the same anymore. Getting older just means losing everything. And if you're not careful, those words start sounding like truth. But here's the real truth. Life changes. But change isn't the end. There's still beauty out there. Still people worth knowing. Still memories waiting to be made. But negative nostalgic types, they can't see any of that. To them, the best days are behind, the present is pointless, and the future doesn't even matter. And if you spend too much time with them, their hopelessness starts to drown out your light. Next thing you know, you're seeing life through a gray lens, holding back instead of leaning in, and deep down, that's not who you really are. Let's be clear here. This ain't about avoiding people who've had hard lives. We all go through stuff. We all carry scars. But there's a difference between someone who learns from the past and someone who lives in it. There's a difference between honoring memories and being trapped by them. And after 65, you deserve to be around people who still believe in what life can offer, not folks who only talk about what it already took. So if you're still watching and this message is landing, drop a 4 in the comments to let us know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button and turn on the bell. We're We're just getting started. Thanks to your support, we'll keep these videos coming, to inspire, to encourage, and to remind you. Your story's not over. Now, here we are, at the end of the road. Before we wrap this up, take a second for a little gut check. Think about the 4 types of people we talked about today. Have you ever walked out of someone's house not physically tired, but emotionally wiped out? Like you left feeling drained, frustrated, heavy, maybe even asking yourself, why did I come here in the first place? If the answer is yes, then maybe it's time to ask yourself some real questions. Where's my time going? And more importantly, who's getting it?
Because after 65, one of the most valuable things you have is your peace of mind. And protecting that isn't a luxury. It's a necessity for your quality of life. Now, this doesn't mean cutting everyone off, but it does mean being more intentional. This
is the chapter where you start choosing your energy like it's gold, because honestly, it is. Some visits light you up. They leave you feeling warm, inspired, connected. You laugh, you breathe easier, you leave a little lighter. And some, they leave you carrying invisible weights that were never yours to begin with. That's the difference. And once you start noticing that difference, your relationships start making a lot more sense. Who can you fully be yourself around? Who leaves? You feeling better than when you arrived, and who drains the joy out of the room every time? When you figure that out, you gain the power to protect your heart. You start saying yes to real connection and no to quiet destruction. Let's get one thing straight. Man, you are not responsible for fixing someone else's misery. You're not here to absorb their drama or heal what they refuse to change. Your time, your energy, your emotional space, those are just as important as anyone else's. And at this point in your life, you deserve to be surrounded by people who lift you up, not people who pull you under. So stop and ask yourself, who in my life truly sees me? Who makes me feel valued, respected, appreciated? And whose presence makes me say, man, I'm really glad I came here? The answers to those questions, that's your compass. That's how you build a life that feels good to live. One moment, one choice, one person at a time. Because from here on out, every moment counts. And who you spend those moments with makes all the difference. Thank you, really, for spending this time with us today. It means more than you know. Now we'd love to hear from you. Drop a quick comment below. Tell us one thing from this video that hit you the hardest. Something that made you think. And let us know how you plan to apply it in your life. We read your comments, we feel them, and they push us to keep going, to keep creating, and to keep reaching people like you. If this video spoke to you, if it helped, healed, or made you pause, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear it too. Your support isn't just appreciated, it's the reason we're still here, making content that matters. Thanks for watching. And until next time, take care of yourself, guard your peace, and choose your people wisely.